Oh. Hey. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Hippo Cup 6 Grand Finals. Week 1, because there are going to be 2 weeks of this, possibly, and I actually guess there are. We got our losers bracket final set to begin. Team One Dance versus Team Pawn. We're getting underway here as we make our way through our roles into our bands. You know how it goes. Somebody picks first, somebody bans first, things occur, and then we get going. One Dance here from the winners final, dropped down to the hands of Reginald 8-3, but they will look to earn their way into a rematch against that team in the grand final. Pawn, of course, dropped by that same Reginald team one round earlier. I think everybody kind of expected it to be 2 of these 3 teams in this match, with the other one waiting in the winners, and we were not disappointed. I think the one, of course, real disappointment was this Pawn team getting a free win over MREX team in losers, like the losers match semifinals week or finals week. The forfeit, kind of lame, very unfortunate not to get to see those 2 teams going at it. And then Pawn, of course, running roughshod over the Cinderella Spezzy team 8-0 in the previous losers round. Kind of expected that one. This skill cap just grows so high in both the map pool and some of these players. But we've got One Dance, we've got Pawn. This is going to be a good one. One Dance looking to kind of redeem themselves after perhaps not their greatest performance in that match in the winners final against Reginald. Pawn trying to keep up their nuts momentum from that 8-0, where they just looked like they would have stomped just about everyone. That team looked really, really good in that match. Worst HR player doing some pretty crazy things as he is known to do in these late rounds. And of course, now we're on to a new pool. One of the harder pools that many people have probably ever seen. And one of the worst pools that I've ever seen in terms of balance and length. But, you know, it's Hippo Cup, so I guess that's kind of just what you expect. All the maps are 10 minutes long, but, you know, I guess that's just to be expected. I was thinking about, you know, if the grand final goes to like back-to-back tiebreaker bracket resets, that match could legitimately be, I think, 5 to 6 hours long, and I'm not exaggerating, because there's just the Hard Rock pool alone has 4 maps that are 4.5 minutes or longer, with 2 of them over 5 minutes. There's DTs at 3.5 and almost 5 minutes. There's of course the 9-minute Nomad 7 that was thankfully banned out just now. So players have got to be in this for the long haul. You're playing a best of 15 on like one of the longest terms just in pools, just in terms of raw length that most players have ever probably seen. So you got to have, you know, the kind of match stamina, right? Your ability to keep playing map after map after map for just incredibly long periods of time. So we're going to get things started with the pawn bans, Nomad 7, Nomad 6. So Fall in the Dark, the I'm so quirky, I'm going to put all the circles in the exact middle of the screen for 9 minutes straight is gone, thankfully. Nomad 6, their second ban, that's Explorer 1. That's the second of the 2 IIL Nomad picks. That one, the rhythm of the 2, whereas the first is more of a little bit more of a reading map. Being AR3 versus AR 9.3, but you know, very quirky IIL AR3 and back-to-back with IIL rhythm, back-to-back with circles all in the middle. And the bans, of course, for One Dance, Double Time 2, Double Time 3, so those are the 2 longest of the DTs. The speedy DT2, Scarlet Tempest, very stamina heavy, 250 BPM, ridiculously long streams. And then DT3, Let's Jump, Camellia, 5-minute long DT that's tech alt. Those are gone. So we get a 3.5 minute, a 4-minute 40-second, and a 9-minute 14-second map all banned out. And it's going to be the first pick over to One Dance. We'll see how they want to start this match off. It's a very tricky proposition, I think, because both these teams are good at kind of some similar things, right? You know, you've got Wowie, Trail, Swick, Ninerick, Will Cookie, Kriller, Decaton, Matthew, and Karcher. So you've got, you know, some heavy speed. We've also got some good low AR and gimmick players on that roster. Pawn, maybe a little, maybe not quite as strong at some of the gimmick stuff, but still pretty good. You know, Taquito, Chemotherapy, Henri, Majora, Milo Milkshake, Red Pixel, Rumor, worst HR player, Zoomer. Worst HR player in these late rounds like this kind of shores up a lot of the weaknesses that you might have if you don't have another really strong gimmick player, because he's so good on his own and it's score v1. So, you know, there's going to be times when a player like that can carry in these late stages. But we're going to start with Nomad 2, which is just, you know, raw stamina, the map. One of the longer-ish, just because, like, okay, how to put this? This map feels very long. It's 3.5 minutes long, but it feels longer because it just throws streams after stream after stream after stream at 220 BPM. The stamina requirement of this map is outrageously high. And not to mention, I mean, 220 BPMs are like, 220 BPM death streams are kind of nothing to just sneeze at. You know, a lot of the time you see the Nomad 2s, you know, kind of ranging from like maybe 190 to 210, 220, maybe a little higher, especially when the streams are as long as they are. Not to mention, like, the flow aim in this is pretty difficult. I don't know if the streams are hand placed or if they just look like it. But the flow aim in this is really challenging also. This match on this pool is going to really challenge every player really hard. I mean, there's very little in this pool that's gettable, as some would say. There's just nothing that's easy. as befits Grand Finals Hippo Cup. I mean, it's not like you expect anything to be easy. But, you know, even the quote-unquote easier sorts of slots where you're used to seeing, like maybe a Grand Finals Nomad 5 or Grand Finals DT2, are going to be, you know, easier for the players who are good at those skill sets. Even in this case, I feel that they're going to be pretty challenging. And we're going to see no fail on everyone, of course, because there's fail potential on, like, a lot of maps in this pool. And, we're going to get underway. We've got Karcher, Decaton, Ninrik, Kriller. And on the other side, Zoomer, Enri, Rimuru, and Taquito. So, somewhat interesting lineups. No Majora for Pawn. No Red Pixel for Pawn. Not really, I guess, maybe a Stamina player as much as a finger control player. I don't know. Kriller is the hidden player getting thrown to the Wolves. I don't know what to make of that, but this is like just a Karcher map, I'm fairly sure. We've seen good performances during this tournament from fairly well everyone in this lobby. And we'll see if that continues. We go into map number 1 on one of the hardest pools you're ever going to see. And you already get 6 breaks right at the start. It's Enri and Karcher, the only ones to make it through that wonky space pattern at the beginning. The 1v1 here. Karcher versus Enri to try to build a lead up for their team if the other player breaks. And there is some of that flow aim coming in. Ninrik just broke on a straight line stream, actually, but Taquito broke on some of that awkward flow. And there goes Karcher, so now it's Enri. Going to put his team in a very good position as a 4-way reset for One Dance early on, and Enri still at 700 plus combo. This could get out of hand if he holds for a while here, because he's got a lot of combo. That's going to be quite a bit of score. Does finally break, but gave the team a 3 million point lead. However, now we get into these just ludicrously long streams. You could go make a sandwich and come back, and they'd still be playing the same stream, and finally it ends. We got Zoomer on some combo, Rimuru and Enri as well. Archer, the only one with much of a combo for One Dance, so this one not starting off super great for that side. Pawn has recovered pretty well on 3 of their members. They're going to take a sizable lead, especially when you consider how difficult the back half of this map can be. Enri breaks again, as does Zoomer. Excuse me. Rimuru holds while 6 players break. Decaton following it up. Rimuru does break as well, but it's a 5 million point lead for Pawn. The 300 combo of Ninrik is just not going to do a lot for One Dance to bring this one back, unfortunately. Gonna need a lot more help than that. This is beginning to take the shape of a map that Pawn is gonna win. Words. Ninrik doing a good job though here in the last quarter. There's a little, I don't know, miss aim on that slider, not sure, but it's a break. Rimuru holds. And I think you can call it now. It's going to be Pawn. Thanks to that huge opening combo from Enri. 13 mil and then some. Leading them to victory. Solid backing scores from Rimuru and Zoomer as well. Impressive showing from Karcher. He might top score this, it looks like. As kind of you would expect of a stream player of his stature. This is the same PPM as the tiebreaker. Just something to keep in mind, you know, for 15 maps from now. But unfortunately, top scoring the map doesn't help if you don't have anyone on your team backing you up, and he doesn't top score it anyway. 700k behind Enri to close it out. But, I mean, you can see, right? You get a near 15 mil, a 10 mil, and an 8.8 mil on Pawn, and meanwhile, a 14.2, and then nobody else over 8 for One Dance. So, just didn't have the scores that they needed across the board. And, you know, I said before, this is a pool where a single player can carry you, but it is also a pool where if everybody struggles, you need to have a team that struggles maybe slightly less on the average. And that is not what happened there for One Dance, unfortunately. So Pawn take the 1-0 break point advantage. It'll be their pick second. Solid. Ah! Client! Good God, chill. So I just realized I didn't put the MP link, so I will go get that right now. And I just freaking closed the stream, so I can't. Hang on. I mean, Nomad 3 as the second pick. Oh boy. What? This map is so stupid, by the way. This map is just dumb. I have no real words to describe this map. Mapped by the real Rikia, not Blaze's name change when she was Rikia for some amount of time. Oh, they reverted that, huh? Yeah, so this is, how do you put this map into words? It's, like, maniacally difficult flow aim, but also some wonky-ass, like, 2010-era grid snap aim, but also, like, these crazy back and forths. There's also some nice jumps that can trip you up if you're not careful, because you're kind of stuck into control aim for most of the map, and then there's some full-screen jumps, so that's worth watching as well. And in case that wasn't enough, there are some, what is this, 240 BPM, I believe, bursts, because they're 1/6. Yeah, there's some 240 BPM bursts in this also. So you just got to figure Worst HR player is going to eat this map alive. This is just such a Worst HR player map that it actually is a little bit wild. And so, away we go. We've got Karcher, Wowie, Nineret, Kriller, Zoomer, Enry, Worst HR player, and Taquito. I will not lie, I didn't know Nineret would play this, but it looks like he's starting off pretty comfortably, so that's all good. Also, Taquito is playing this not with Hidden. Huh. All right, well, it's Karchin. It's not Karchin. It's Worst HR playing. It's Foraman. It's Worst HR playing? I don't know. His name just doesn't lend itself to anything like that. Worst HR player and Henry are just kind of gaming. Kriller, by the way, he really missed in that section. That's really unfortunate. All right, we're just watching Worst HR player and Henry because, yeah. All right, we're just watching Worst HR player, yeah. What'd I say, man? This is the Worst HR player map of all time. I'm spellbound. I'm transfixed. This is stupid. Yo, like, what is this man on? I swear to God, if he sees this, I'm just going to set down my headset and walk away. All right, here's the fun little burst section. You got to watch out for those 1/6. Wowie is building up a really solid combo, as is Kriller, by the way. Do not want to forget about those guys, and they both break the instant. See, this is why I didn't want to talk about what other players were doing. God dang it. Well, Zoomer's at a 550 combo. Taquito's at a 400 combo, but Worst HR player, man. All right, time for the ending. The just maniacal flow aim. Look at the spacing. If you watch this in auto, it actually snaps between these notes. It doesn't flow them like it would on normal streams. All right, Worst HR player finally breaks. He's gonna be angry about that. Taquito hit that whole thing, by the way. Oh, you missed on the jumps. What did I say? What did I say? Full screen jumps if you're not prepared because you've been playing control aim the entire map until then. Oh my God, whatever, dude. Worst HR player just does it to him. He broke on, like, the last thing you can actually break on this map. I hate him so much. It's like watching Malashevsky again. All right, Worst HR player, 200K shy of the 1v4. And even with that, this is again like that situation like Malashevsky where he FC'd that Hard Rock map last week and they won without his score. Somebody want to do the quick math on 4.7 mil plus 4.59 mil plus 3.3 mil? Did they need worst HR player's score to win that? I don't actually know if they needed him to win that, which is messed up. Actually, wait, what's the score? They won by 12.4 million. All right, they needed like 1 million of his score. Yeah, that's a 3 miss. 3 miss, next best 12 miss, next best 20 miss. Oh, no, they didn't need a score. I lied. They would have won by like 1 million points without his score. That's okay. Dude, almost 1v4s and they didn't even need his score. Absolutely haram behavior. And we're gonna go another Nomad. It's gonna be Nomad 5. 3 straight Nomads. We skipped Nomad 4. We could have gone in perfect order. We could have gone Nomad 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, guys. So Nomad 5, the IIL map that was not banned in the Nomad pool. There will still be another IIL map available, by the way, because there's 3 in this pool. There's Hard Rock 5, that's Vanguard 1 in Hard Rock, so that'll still be available if they want it. But Nomad 5 here is, of course, the AR3 KTG-ster IIL level down map. I have heard this was another CPMC. So it's actually back-to-back CPMC maps, isn't it? Because Nomad 6 is also a CPMC map. Anyway, this is I have heard it said. I have heard it said that this is actually too easy for the pool. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but I have heard it said. So we will, I guess, experience it together. All right. Taquito's trying to play Nomad 3 again. Come on. Panic button. Thank you. All right, so we got Kriller, Wowie, Will Cookie, Trail Mix, Zoomer, Worst HR Player, Enry, and Taquito. Wowie and Will Cookie on the hiddens. No surprise there. Zoomer and Taquito on the hiddens for Pawn. This is AR3. It's a little bit of reading, a little bit of rhythm, and a lot of KTG-ster. Because every KTG-ster map like this is more or less identical. I don't know. And I have to think that this is another one that somebody can just solo carry because, okay, all right, there go many people. Wowie, Trail Mix, Taquito, Zoomer breaking at the start. So Kriller and Will Cookie, the Nomad players for one dance left against Worst HR Player and Enry, the Nomad players for Pawn. There goes Will Cookie. Is this site read? Okay, you're playing Grand Finals in Hippo Cup and asking if this something is site readable. I'm not really sure what you expected, my guy. With all due respect, like, you have to just not know anything about this tournament to think that something in Grand Finals that's an AR3 pick is going to be site readable. And there go all of one dance except for Wowie. Worst HR Player and Enry are still holding, by the way. I don't know. Look at the ACK, 99.65. Guys, is Worst HR Player cheating? What am I watching? Don't FC. Well, okay, so they said it was too easy, and we know Worst HR player is good at this map, and we know that he practiced this pool. He finally breaks near the end. What a tragedy. That's 2 maps in a row where he broke on the last place you could possibly break. Oh, that's really sad. But no matter. It's another victory for Pawn. That's a double break point. That's 3-0 lead. And that's Worst HR player just winning. That dude is too good. I don't know. I mean, obviously my first reaction is like, what the hell is Worst HR player doing? My second reaction is, why are you asking if a grand finals, like, low AR pick is sight readable? Like, why would you be sight reading anything on a grand finals pool? I don't know what happened there. That's not a good look though, if that's the situation they're actually in. Let's see if something happened that like prevented people on that team from practicing or something, because that's really unfortunate to be stuck trying to sight read that map. We got our players. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Anyway, another Nomad. We're going 4 straight. Nomad 4. So we are going to get all 4 of these, just not quite in perfect order. Polkamania. I don't think this has an FC on the leaderboards, but Worst HR player FC'd it in practice offline. Posted it on Twitter. Saw that. Mir was like, I don't know what he was on when he was mapping these Kiais, but it was good, whatever it was. Because this map is wild. I don't expect him to be FCing this in the match, but I mean, I also don't not expect him to FC this in match. So in we go, map number 4. Kriller, Wowie, Carter, Decaton, Zoomer, Worst HR player, Henry, and Taquito. Seeing a lot of Zoomer, Worst HR player, Henry, and Taquito. Well, I mean, you know, every map feels like something that One Dance can get a point on, but every map also feels like something that Worst HR player can just 1v4 on, so we'll see. Early break from Wowie there on those kick sliders. Not great to miss in this part because it hasn't gotten hard yet. It's about to, though. And here we go. This section is so cool, by the way. I love this, both in the map and the song. Get early breaks from Taquito and Zoomer. That's going to give the advantage to One Dance. Wowie and Decaton both breaking, though. So Worst HR player and Henry versus Kriller and Karcher. There goes Henry, but it's a break as well from Karcher. So it's now Kriller versus Worst HR player. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Kriller looking good. He's got the hidden advantage, too. He keeps the combo up, but Zoomer building back up also. He's matching Decaton. And that lead is going to stay ever so slightly in favor of Pawn. Wowie and Decaton both break. That is not good, guys. That is not good. All right, Kriller, 99 AC, Hidden FC still alive. Worst HR player, 97 AC, Nomad FC still alive. But that backing 300 combo from Henry and 260 from Taquito. Also, Zoomer at 400. I guess you can get Banshot somewhere in there. That's just Pawn doing a little better across the board. Into the last quarter we're going to go. Who will hold of those players keeping the FCs? Not Wowie or Decaton. That's not who's going to hold. Worst HR player and Kriller still on it. Will we get an FC in match? Will we get 2 FCs in match? Let's see how the ending goes for them. There's some very tricky little kick sliders here at the end, and they both make it through there into some more. Kriller finally breaks. Worst HR player is holding, and he breaks on the Buzz Slider. No FDs will be forthcoming. Henry held just a little longer, but it was irrelevant anyway. as Pawn brings it home by 5 million points for a 4-0 double consolidated breakpoint lead. 1 miss from worst HR player, 2 misses from Henry, 1 miss from Kriller. So close and yet so far for many players, and Pawn is just running away early on with this match. Well, Kriller, if it makes you feel any better, you wouldn't have been able to carry that for your team anyway. There was just not enough score left, even if you had FC'd. You'd still like to get the FC, and that accuracy is pretty ridiculous, especially with hidden 98.93, looking around. Best accuracy in the lobby by a lot. I mean, it's 7 100s, but also 6 misses for Decaton. Next best in the 20s, so Kriller doing something there with the accuracy. Very impressive. That's probably best stack on leaderboard, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's best stack on leaderboard, and it isn't really all that... Well, I shouldn't say it. Taquito and Malachevsky are both over 98, so is MCY4 on the leaderboard. But yeah. Also, that score, despite having no fail on, is number 21 on the map. And worst HR players is number 23 on the map. So, Hippo Cup is having its intended effects. Yeah, and 4-0 on just looking real good. And we're continuing in the Nomad pool. Wow, nobody wants to play any mods this match or what? Nomad won. I mean, this song is insane. I'm shocked to see this actually pick, but this song is insane. Desert Theater, except make it 8.6 star aim. But yeah, this is fast large aim. Bursts, streams, etc. So one dance, going down 4 points, decide to switch up the skill set. Go into some aim instead of, you know, more. What they're talking about in chat. But yeah, they're going into, you know, some more aim instead of something like a gimmick skill set, which, you know, you're down 4-0. It makes sense that you would want to try something a little bit different, go outside the norm, maybe give yourself a chance on, you know, a skill set that just hasn't been tested yet in this match. So we've got Decaton, Kriller, Karcher, Nineric, with Kriller and Nineric on the hiddens. Zoomer, Red Pixel, Taquito, and known aim player Red Pixel coming in for Nomad 1. Known aim player Red Pixel. I'm a little confused, but I guess maybe it's just a tapping map. I don't know. Maybe he's secretly an aim goat. Who knows? I just think of him as the speedy finger control guy. Also, it feels like, are these teams just both missing? Like, a bunch of people? We haven't seen, well, we haven't seen Swick, we haven't seen Mathy. We haven't seen Chemotherapy, we haven't seen Majora, we haven't seen Milo Milkshake. That's maybe a side effect of 9-player teams, is just extra people. Anywho, it's not a lot of combo out there. Taquito holding it as best he can for Pon. Shout out to Kiko Ohana. Hanatan, gotta be one of my favorite vocalists these days. She does the singing and is very majestic. And once again, Pon taking the lead, but there's a fair amount of combo over on One Dance. Just Ninrik with that break after the quiet section there. And another break again. Into some big jumps, into some triples. Red Pixel trades the breakout with Ninrik. It's going to help out One Dance a little bit. Kriller on a sizable combo, as well as Decaton and Karcher slightly behind. So Taquito, Zoomer, and Enri, much the same, almost identical combos across those 3 players, actually. I think are they actually, other than Taquito and Kriller, Zoomer, Enri on the exact same combos as Decaton and Karcher? It's kind of cool. There goes Kriller, though. One of those big combos gone. Not what you wanted. He was the biggest one, too. So now we've got Zoomer, Taquito, and Enri versus just Karcher after Decaton and Kriller break. But a triple miss, in fact, from Pon. A triple miss from One Dance as well, but you've got Karcher against Enri, almost identical combo. Only a couple million-point lead for Pon, but Karcher breaks. Now we're going to come into the last quarter with Pon holding a pretty decent lead considering how hard the ending is. It's just full screen back and forth, X's, some bursts, some spaced patterns. I mean, the song gets more intense, the map gets more intense. It's No Mod 1. And Pon, 3 million-point lead. Not really much anybody's gonna be able to do about that. No combo on the side of One Dance, and nowhere to really build it up either. Always that interesting kind of factor about No Mod 1s, where the variability is just so high. No Mod 1 is such an inherently volatile slot, I feel. There's so many more super consistent players on other types of map, whether it's speed or gimmick. But trying to be consistent on the giant aim in No Mod 1s in late rounds, I mean, this is something else completely, but still, it typically holds, where it just seems hard for most players. I mean, even like the aim specialists don't do as well. You know, I guess the way of putting that is an aim specialist will not do as well on a Grand Finals No Mod 1 as a speed specialist will do on a Grand Finals No Mod 5 or DT2. Like, it's an interesting, like, kind of factor of those types of maps where the tapping maps are very binary. You can either hit the streams or you can't. The aim, like, even if you're God's gift to aim players, you can miss on aim, like, just so much more easily. But yeah, we're now 5-0. And we're going for our first non-nomad pick. So that's cool. Map number 6 will be non-nomad number 1. I'm not gonna lie, this is about the point where my brain started to turn off trying to go through the pool. And all I could think about this map is that, man, this looks like it would be fun if you're a player who's good enough to play it. But it's also really fast. There's some intense tapping, some intense sliders. But it just looks cool. I don't know. in, we'll go here eventually. About 3 Apollo. Doc Joss Extreme. Looks like we're gonna have Decaton, Kriller, Karcher, Nineric, Henry Red Pixel, Taquito, worst HR player. This is not gonna be fun for hidden players, I've gotta think, but I guess, you know, if you're a hidden player in this match, you're probably a hidden specialist, so I guess it's alright. And Taquito just wants to go back to no mod 1. So we'll prevent that from happening real quick. And here we are. We've got hidden on Nineric and Kriller, Henry, and Taquito. A little kind of mirror symmetry there. So all the players in the middle on the hidden. That's kind of nice. This is just a very tricky map. It's not, you know, tech in the traditional sense, but it doesn't really hold to any one particular skill set. It's got some aim, it's got some tapping, you know, it's got the slider aim, kick slider jump simulator, and it's got Kriller and Nineric breaking while all 3 members of Pawn hold. Decaton as well. Henry and worst HR player versus Karcher. Make that Karcher versus worst HR player. Make that just worst HR player. Well, we were gonna have a little Korean 1v1, but that ended quickly, and there goes our worst HR player as well. So there's really no combo left anywhere. 200 on Decaton, 200 on Kriller, nothing on Pawn. Kriller gonna bring this one back as One Dance still look for their first point of the match. See what kind of lead Kriller can get them. That would be a nice jump start if they want to try to make a comeback here. Pawn's still 3 points away from the finish line, so it's not like this is over yet. Pixel with a break, Henry as well, so this is looking good for One Dance for the first time this entire match. They've really held any sort of meaningful lead. 1.6 million in their favor. And with Kriller and Karcher both holding on to some serious combo. There they both go, assuming, oh, those jumps are nasty. Karcher did hold, but so did Taquito and worst HR player. That could be crucial for Pawn as they bring this one back their way. Red Pixel also with some backing out does break, but Taquito and worst HR player holding on. All right, there goes Taquito. That will probably do it right there. That full reset across basically everyone in the lobby. It's going to be quite close. It's 400,000. Wait, Henry's got 200 combo. Nobody else has much of anything. Wait a minute. Oh, Taquito's got 200. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, he's still holding. That was Bancho. Taquito can bring this one over. Taquito brings this one over. And now there's no combo anywhere. The break's coming in, but it's 200,000 point lead for Team Pawn. Make that a 300,000 point lead for Team Pawn. And into the ending we go. Have they done enough? Is it enough of a lead? It looks like the answer to that is going to be yes. 600K and dastardly ending, and that's going to do it for that. Pawn just stealing the point away. It felt like One Dance were finally going to get a point on the board. It felt like they finally got their claws into a map and were really going to drag it their direction. But Pawn said, not quite so fast, you guys. And they take that point, and that is a 6-0 lead now, 2 points away from the grand final. And man, oh man, that was the first really close map it feels like we've had. And thanks to Karcher in large part, 5.9 million best in the lobby by a lot. Do not look at Decaton's score. Best in the lobby by 1 million points for Karcher. But just not the backing that they quite would have needed to make that one a reality. Still no Matthew, by the way. Still no Swick either. I feel like Matthew might have been in for that map normally. Maybe I'm crazy. It's gonna be free mod too. So we go back-to-back free mods after 5 straight no mods. We go back-to-back free mods. You got my heart working overtime. So, 2 years ago, cast your minds back to Hippo Cup 4 group stage. We had overtime, ranked set, group stage in the Nomad pool. And now here we are 2 years later with the loved Blue Dragon 8-star map of the live session version of this song in the grand final stream mod pool. Boy, how far we have come. And this map is just difficult.
What's the tempo?
All right, here we go.
1, 2, overtime.
Little alt aim thing. Surely this isn't just another worst HR player map, right? There's no shot that this is just another worst HR player map. Secretly, this is just another worst HR player map, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I feel like just about everything in this pool is a worst HR player map. That guy's good. Got an early break right at the beginning from Karcher. But for the most part, people should be able to build up a decent amount of combo. This early section is not that difficult. Just kind of alt aim. The Zoomer having some trouble. Trail Mix also missing. Well, 6 out of 8 is most, right? I guess technically 5, but I'm counting Karcher. Right, there goes Kriller. 3 FCs to none. I was about to say to 1, and then it just went to none as Decaton broke as well. All right, Pawn. Turn this up. Gotta turn up this banger. Pawn, once again, having a pretty solid time. Why are the hit sounds in this so loud, though? Like, I feel like the hit sounds are louder than the music. Sorry, I know, I shouldn't just be messing with audio during a map, but the song is nice. And yeah, you've got a triple FC on Pawn. They're really good, you guys. Henry, Taquito, and worst HR player looking solid. Karcher is still doing well. Trail Mix is building back up since his early break, so I mean, you know, you got a lot of time to go, and this is quite a long map. But you don't want to ever give up a giant early lead like this one if you can avoid it, for very, very obvious reasons. I know, I'm pointing out the extremely obvious. There goes all of One Dance on the flow pattern. Good night, good luck. We will see you guys next week. Actually, it's still a map to go at, even if all right, worst HR player, man. Worst HR player, man. I don't know. Worst HR player is disgusting. I think rank 1 on this map is what, like mid 1200s, 1300s combo or something like that. So, you know, just keep that in the back of your mind. That's one of those little facts you can pull out of your back pocket. Oh, he got through that 1/6 burst section. Well, all 4 of One Dance broke. All right. Actually, everyone but Karcher. All right, or but worst HR player. Sorry, I don't know. What is he doing? This is not normal. Oh my! I think this is like rank 1. If no! What are you doing? Okay, he finally broke. Man, what was that? Holy mother of God, man. And he hits everything else. Nah, this is not right. This is not right. Oh my god. The worst HR player is 1v4ing. He's actually just him. He's him. I don't know. Like, what do you even say at this point? I mean, this is like just men among boys, you know? Like, it's illegal activity. Wait, that sounds really bad back to back. It's just like, you know, taking candy from a baby. It's messed up, man. Oh my god. And there's the 1v4. There's the 1v4 from worst HR player. Like, why play? 11 misses. 11 misses. I mean, that's a best miscount by like 20. Oh, I lied. Badu has a 12 miss. All right, Badu's play is actually messed up. That's rank 7 with no fail on a map where all the top players are getting like over 1,000 to 1,200 combo. He got the best combo by 200. I mean, how did... Actually, what's crazy to me is I wonder how many of Badu's misses or how much of his act drop was from the those 1/6 bursts, because he's at 93 act. I mean, worst HR player's at 93 act as well, so maybe it's, I don't know, maybe that's just how it goes. Usually, yeah, that's actually good act, now that I look at it. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, Nomad 6? Wasn't that already... Nomad 6 is banned. Nomad 6 was banned, you guys. We can't play that. This was banned. Wait, what? I'm confused. Hang on. I swear to God, Nomad 6 was banned. Oh, it was DT6 that was banned. Okay, alright. I was just looking at the ref sheet, and they had it noted as Nomad 6 banned, but it was DT6. It was just a typo. There were 3 DT bans. Alright, so we get the other IIL. This is the rhythm IIL to go along with the reading IIL. And this is 7-0. So this is pawn very close to a sweep. Which, man, like, I really did expect this map to be competitive. I had high hopes for One Dance because of how well they'd performed up till now and the caliber of the players on their team. But, worst HR player just had other ideas, I guess. Okay. In we will go to what could be the last map of this match. We've got Woey, Kriller, Trail Mix, Decaton, Red Pixel, Enry, Taquito, Worst HR player as Team One Dance tries desperately to just get a point on the board, avoid the sweep, and then kind of go from there if possible. But it looks like a tall order because Pond has been on their game, and notably Worst HR player, MVP of this match, and it's really not particularly close. But maybe, just maybe, One Dance can put something together here. Put a score down. But maybe, just maybe. If. Unfortunately, it does not exist, no? And it is a triple FC from Pond through the first 300 combo, and only Decaton holding for One Dance. Make that a double FC. It's Enry, Worst HR player. Who else? Against Decaton, Enry has quietly been playing really, really well. Also, he's been a little overshadowed by Worst HR player, but Enry has been a seriously strong supporting combo for that team. And now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Worst HR player show here at Hippo Cup 6 Grand Finals pool. Worst HR player does not care about anything other than keeping combo, and by God, he keeps his combo. That man is not normal. That man is doing things that you would just not expect on a Grand Finals pool of this nature. We talked a lot last week about how strong Malashevsky was and how amazing he is on these late round pools. But Worst HR player is here to put the fear of God into Reginald, watching from the winner's bracket, their cozy perch on the other side in the Grand Finals, is maybe feeling a little less cozy now. Seeing what Worst HR player is capable of on this pool, they're going to have to be on their A game if Worst HR player keeps up this kind of showing in a week's time when we get to that Grand Finals match, because, my God, he is bound and determined to single-handedly take Team Pond to the top step of the podium. And this is just going to be another 1v4 to add insult to injury. Not only is this going to be a sweep, not only is Worst HR player going to outdo everyone by several orders of magnitude, he's going to go back-to-back 1v4 scores to close out the match, and maybe even an FC here, just to close things out, just to put an exclamation point on this match. This is one of the more outrageous performances I've seen in quite some time. We thought we'd seen the pinnacle with Malashevsky last week, but Worst HR player says, y'all ain't seen fucking nothing yet! As he closes it out with an FC, and he closes this match, and he sends One Dance home, and sends Pond into the Grand Finals. That is the performance of a lifetime from Worst HR player. That is a 3.5 match cost. No way. That is a 3.5 match cost. I am quitting. Goodbye! It's been nice knowing you! Bro, why play? Bro, why play? Goodness sake. You know, there's that question, there's that little nagging question in the back of the mind that I don't want to ask, that I don't want to bring up, that I don't want to open the can of worms, so I'm not going to. You can all fill in the blanks here because, you know, that's conjecture, and we don't like conjecture here. But man, oh man, I don't know what we've just seen, but it was absurd. And so onward to the Grand Finals goes Team Pond, as Decaton is putting on a little solo show here. On to the grand finals goes Team Pawn. In third place finishes One Dance. And I mean, really, they have nothing to be ashamed of. Worst HR player just played out of his mind on a pool where one player playing out of their mind could you know, single-handedly take you to the next stage. And we get to see now really the best two teams in this tournament in the grand finals. Unfortunately, we have to wait an entire week for it. So that'll be probably next Saturday. We'll be looking at grand finals. And the way Worst HR player played today, the way Malashevsky played last week, we might be seeing some pretty crazy things in that match. I certainly hope so. But for now, we say congratulations to Pawn. We say farewell to One Dance. We say good luck in the grand finals. Both teams that'll be playing there. And we say thank you for watching to everybody who's been here, who just witnessed some pretty insane things. And I will see you all in 1 week's time. Make sure you're following the stream to know when we go live next time. Make sure you're in the Discord server so you see all the announcements, blah, 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 etc., etc. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, check out Case Finesse Cup, because should be a pretty fun match going on there. And we will see you guys in a week. Farewell.